Stay tuned for the Splash Live. It's time for the Splash Live from Civic Center TV, featuring stories from and about people like you in the Greater West Bloomfield area. Simulcast on cable, 89.3 Lakes FM, social media, and the web. Now live from Green Media Center on Walnut Lake Road, it's the Splash Live.
Live, local, social, it's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. Starting off with our top story of the day, West Bloomfield kindergartners are getting creative with their learning thanks to new materials funded by a grant from the West Bloomfield Educational Foundation, also known as WBEF. The students are practicing right here, seeing on CivicCenterTV.com, writing letters in fun and engaging ways, making the learning process feel like play, essentially. This approach not only improves their fine motor skills, but also fosters a love of learning at a very young age. It's just one of the many ways that the WBEF supports our teachers and students by helping them grow and thrive in the classroom. You can support this initiative also by joining them at their upcoming Casino Night event, which will be February 7th, 2025. For more information on that event and everything WBEF, go to their Facebook page at West Bloomfield ED Foundation for more. A gift wrapping event will benefit the students of West Bloomfield High School. If you need help wrapping those holiday gifts, look no further. The West Bloomfield High School theater students are hosting a holiday gift wrapping event at Toyology in the Orchard Mall. Bring your gifts down to Toyology on December 16th through the 20th between 3 and 6 p.m. The students will wrap the gifts for you using a variety of festive papers, including Christmas and Hanukkah designs and different holiday designs as well. This would be a great opportunity to support a great cause while saving yourself some time during the holiday season, which can get extremely busy. All proceeds, by the way, go towards the students' expenses, by the way, for their theater program. So head on over to Toyology December 16th, drop your gifts off, and let the students take care of the rest. The residents of Greater West Bloomfield enjoyed a great night out in Keego Harbor. This was just last weekend, and it was all in support of an even better cause. Our very own reporter, Jake Schaff, has the story.
It's one of the biggest events of the year and something that everyone in Keego Harbor looks forward to. The Killers Christmas event supporting the Tom Kowalski Foundation. An incredible holiday party where so many celebrities from right here in southeastern Michigan can support so many great causes and charities that Tom Kowalski himself would be very proud of.
Well, this means so much to me because I actually worked with Tom Killer Kowalski when I was an intern with the Lions way back in the day. And he took me under his wing and was so kind to me. So to be carrying on his legacy like that is absolutely amazing. He was such a good role model, and he was so, I don't know what the word for is, just pure. You know, he wasn't looking for any kind of anything at all except for to be a helpful mentor.
When I first met him, it was at one of these events, and you know, to see it continue is magnificent. But the plan was to give Christmas to the kids who really couldn't afford it. And that's exactly what we continue to do with a lot of the silent auction items and things like that. People come and they're very generous with their time and their money, and we appreciate every bit of what they do.
Tom may be gone, but his memory lives on through this event and from the support of the entire community as they give back to the many charitable causes that his foundation supports.
You know what? It's a labor of love. I've been doing this for a lot of years now, and to see it still going on the way it is and even getting bigger is really gratifying to all of us that started the charity maybe like I think 20-something years ago. This is everybody involved in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, the surrounding community. In fact, we've been publicizing this event, so there's people from all over our Metro Detroit area who come out here and want to take part in what's going on to benefit a lot of children's charities.
Yeah, I'm with the Red Wing alumni big time, and all our events are charity, and something like this through Killer is fantastic. It's words can't explain it. I live in West Bloomfield, about 8 minutes from here, and I come here frequently. It's just great. Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, it's kind of part of my community.
I always say I'm the most blessed human being alive. I have 40 people who give me their time, and we all know how valuable our time is, right? You can't make more time. And they come out here, and not only do they show up on time, they do whatever we ask. They're behind the bar, they'll announce stuff, they engage with people, they'll take pictures with people all night long. They're amazing. Without them, there's no us.
This is one of the nights that we live for every year. The cause is amazing, the atmosphere is amazing, all the celebrity bartenders. It's just a great night to come to, and it's all for a good cause. Fueling kids' futures, defeat the label. We've got just so many great things out there. Yeah, it's amazing.
And having so many big names from the community out here tonight, how does that feel to have so much support for this event?
Oh my God, Mickey Redmond, Woody Woodruff, Mojo. It's amazing. I mean, it shows that these celebrities really care about all these different causes, and it's great to see everybody come together for it.
Well, I used to come out here when they used to have it at the Brewer House. When Killer was still around, with pretty good buddies on the road. We go to Lions games, and he's just was a great guy. And I know this charity means so much for the kids at Christmas time. So I come out here every year and just to support it, and I know Killer's here in spirit.
What do you think Tom would think of everything that's been here tonight?
Well, we always say he would be so amazed. I'm proud to say we've raised over $1 million, and the fact that he's got his face on a can of beer right now. Between those two things, and we're helping so many kids, I'm getting goosebumps now when I'm saying this. And we've kept it in this area for a reason. People have asked us to move it to Royal Oak. They've asked us to move it to different places. We will not leave this area because this is Tom's area. I have a saying, WWKD, what would Killer do? We're never moving it out of here.
The volume of the crowds that this event has brought out should tell you everything you need to know on just how successful things have been. A big thank you to everyone from the Tom Kowalski Foundation and all of our big celebrity bartenders for coming out here and making Tom and his family very proud. For Civic Center TV, I'm Jake Schaff.
Thanks for that story again, Jake. And like we said before, it's great turnout at the Killer Cares event in the Keego Lodge. As a matter of fact, the Killer Cares Facebook page did post thanking all of the supporters, the celebrity bartenders, and everyone who made that night very, very epic. They did state that 2024 donations set a brand new record, raising over $145,000. Looking to beat that next year. If you want to stay up to date with everything Killer Cares, you can go directly to their website, killercares.org, or their Facebook at Killer Cares for more information. Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams began in the year 2017. Was organized by Core Health children's nurses and child life specialists to help pediatric patients feel connected to their community during the holiday season specifically. We want to get more information about this specific event and initiative. So join us right here live on The Splash is the event organizer for Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams. We have Jeff Nichols joining us. Thank you for being here, Jeff.
Thank you.
So talk to us, tell us, take us back first and foremost about the creation of it. What inspired the creation of Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams, and talk about how it's grown since 2017.
Well, it's grown tremendously. It started out down by Children's Hospital, and it's grown since then. We went ahead and contacted some first responders, a lot of our local police department and fire departments, and we've made it grow to something really, really large, and really we're very, very excited about doing this for the kid.
I imagine that all the kids that see this and experience this are extremely happy and excited. But from your perspective, you being the event organizer, why don't you just speak to it? What do you feel like this event means to the Greater West Bloomfield community and the families of these pediatric patients?
Well, it's all about support. It's all about the kid, right? We're just trying to make these kids see a brighter light at the end of the day. And for us to get all the police and the fire departments involved, and to go down there and to show our support, and especially during the holidays, is very, very important to us.
Just looking at continue, please.
Yeah, we're just trying to make the kids feel good. That's the important part.
Love that. And we love that you all are putting that effort in, especially with the fact that they are already in a hospital and under care. So that could be some situation that can bring them down. So kind of leveraging that, especially during the holidays. No one necessarily wants to be in a hospital or that type of care during the holidays. So to bring that cheer during that moment at that place, I completely understand that. With us right here live on The Splash is the event organizer for Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams at Corewell Health, Jeff Nichols, just talking about the event and what it actually means to the community. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you all have a sensory-friendly night also. Can you speak to that and how that actually makes it more inclusive for all families as well?
Yeah, so we're getting together at Gino's restaurant, all the first responders. We're gonna have some pizza. We're gonna take a bunch of pictures. We've made a banner. We're gonna have all the police officers and the fire department sign the banner. We're going to present that to the children along with some toys for the kids. So, yeah, we're trying to make it really, really special for them. We're really, really looking forward to this.
Perfect. I love that you all have all these considerations, the sensory night and things of that nature. It just lets me know that you all are actually listening and paying attention to what may be best for the actual patients. Something that just kind of came up in my ear from our producers. Can you just kind of walk us through this event for people that may be listening on 89.3, may have never been there? Just talk about the flow and the structure of the event and what people can expect.
So we're going to do a lineup at Gino's restaurant. There's going to be roughly right around 22, 23 vehicles. And we're just going to caravan all the way down to the hospital. And once we get a short distance from there, once we enter the gate, then we'll hit all of our light and go inside and try to brighten up the kids' day for them.
Nice. And we know the kids are going to look forward to that. All the effort that is coming together from different organizations, different community leaders, and like we said, also the authorities that will be attending on the first responders night. We love that everyone is coming together to consider this for the children during the holiday season.
Absolutely.
Now, I want you to also speak to the involvement of volunteers and volunteer groups and talk about how they actually enhance the impact of the event for the patients.
So, like I said, we were able to get a hold of quite a few different police departments, and they were more than willing to help us out with this. A lot of the officers in the fire department, a lot of this is all done volunteer. For them to take their own personal time and do this is very, very special to us and also to the kids. We greatly appreciate them for their time and effort.
Yes, and you have to, because anybody can be anywhere celebrating, doing things with their own family, friends, and loved ones, but they're taking the time to actually give back during this holiday season, which makes me think about this also, Jeff, with you being an organizer for this entire event and being a part of it for some time, what really attaches you to it? What really got you to initially even want to be a part of it?
Well, I used to go down and do the one at Children's Hospital down in Detroit, and that one is very, very large. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of vehicles, and we decided to do the one down Royal Oak this year. So we started it out, and we're hoping to do this every year and make it bigger and bigger. That's our goal.
Yes, yes. And with that being said, with us right here live on The Splash is the event organizer for the Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams event at Corewell Health, Jeff Nichols, talking about the impact of the event, the importance of it, and why he actually started it, and how it's been growing. So with that being said, can you just speak to your hopes for the future of Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams and how residents can actually continue to support this tradition?
Well, in the near future, it would be nice if we could get even more people involved into it. Maybe even get some people in some cars to follow us down there. Like I said, it is open to the public. So obviously, the more the merrier.
Perfect.
That's our goal. Going forward, that's our goal anyways.
Yes. And if anyone wants to find out more information or just learn about this event, how can they do so, Jeff?
They can just they can call J&J Towing. Our phone number is 248-738-3988, and I can give them some more information.
Perfect. Thank you so much again for your time and your effort and everything that you all are doing to brighten up those kids' faces and those patients in the pediatric care. Once again, event organizer for Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams at Corewell Health, Mr. Jeff Nichols. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Yes. Anytime someone is doing something impactful like that in our Greater West Bloomfield community, we love to talk about that and put that on our platform right here on The Splash. West Bloomfield School District is celebrating the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a series of inspiring events. This year's theme, by the way, is, quote, continue the dream and build bridges of unity, end quote, encouraging everyone to participate in activities that foster creativity, service, and community connection. Students recently were invited to showcase their talent in a button contest and a oral contest as well. Middle and high school students submitted poems or speeches inspired by this theme. The deadline for the submissions is today, Friday, December 13th, but we cannot wait to see the final product for all of these pieces. With that being said, the district's annual United We Walk celebration will take place Sunday, January 19th at 2 p.m. As a matter of fact, we'll continue to keep you updated regarding that. As a matter of fact, we recently had an opportunity to speak with Sonia James, one of the co-organizers for United We Walk, and we also spoke with Mr. Jonathan Warshay before he was appointed Township Supervisor to talk a little bit more about the United We Walk event. And here's the story. Talking about United We Walk, which was established in 1995 to annually celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, emphasizing diversity, unity, and the inherent worth of every person. More importantly, what is United We Walk and how can the community get involved? With us right here live on The Splash from United We Walk, we have co-chairs Sonia James and Jonathan Warshay. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us, Kevin.
Yes, so I want to immediately get into it, just pretty much like I just explained. We want to ask, what is United We Walk? Essentially starting off with you, Sonia, what is United We Walk as an organization or an event?
Well, United We Walk as an organization started years ago. And honestly, Jonathan, I think, has been co-chair for a number of years, along with our former co-chair, Jennifer Graham. Jonathan, how long were you co-chair?
Oh, I'd say probably about 3 or 4 years now.
Great. And he probably has more experience with, from the co-chair's perspective. So I'm going to let Jonathan answer that first, and then I'll chime in. Is that okay, Jonathan?
That's great. So,
okay, great.
I think the biggest thing is, it's part of the school district, getting the students involved, and then that way we get the parents and the rest of the community involved as well in terms of furthering Dr. King's legacy. I'd say that's the biggest thing with our organization. And then it started with the walk that had been around the high school, and then we've just sort of added other activities and events with it.
Okay.
Great. And one of the big things and the purpose behind United We Walk is a time for the community to come together and to celebrate the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And as a school community, and not just the school community, as a West Bloomfield community, incorporating the schools and citizens of West Bloomfield, it's time for us to reflect, to celebrate, and to also think about how his work continues and what do we do as a community to acknowledge and honor his legacy.
There you go. I love that. I love that. So let's dive a little bit more into it. A little bit more. Jonathan, going back to you, how has the United We Walk evolved to meet the changing needs and values of the Greater West Bloomfield community, especially since being established in 1995 BC before Corona?
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
So, originally it was more of the walk and a program. So people were not necessarily active participants. We've added service projects that are not only on that day, but also year round to make especially the students active participants in furthering Dr. King's legacy. So I'd say that's probably the biggest change since the beginning.
Okay.
Because that day is a focus on a day of service, right? And that's what a big part of Dr. King's legacy, that service piece. And it has evolved into those community service projects and opportunities for our students, our families, and the community to be a part of those different projects that we have going on for United We Walk.
Perfect, perfect. And just to reset the show again, with us right here live on the Splash from United We Walk, we have co-chairs Sonia James and Jonathan Warshay talking about the event, the details of it, and what we can expect. Now, Sonia, going back to you, there's a theme for the 2025 event, United We Walk, continuing the dream, building bridges of unity. Seems very, very impactful. With that being said, how do you feel like this thing resonates or will resonate with both the challenges and the opportunities faced by the Greater West Bloomfield community?
One of the big things about West Bloomfield as a community, we truly are a community because as Executive Director of Educational Equity for the district, I'm also part of different organizations or different groups. And one of the things with regards to United We Walk, and I think about the work that the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreations are doing with their, their diversity task force, right? The work that that's being done in different segments of the community, it helps bridge us together as a community. It recognizes that we as a West Bloomfield community, we are diverse. It recognizes that we as a West Bloomfield community have people from different walks of life, be it ethically, be it socioeconomic, and then as a community, how we come together, united. And I think about like Juneteenth, how the community came together for that. I think about just the work that is put into recognizing and honoring each and every individual in West Bloomfield, in each and every religion, each and every background. So it doesn't matter what walk of life that you come from. When you come to West Bloomfield, you will see people of diverse backgrounds and different groups. And you will see a coming together of that and a seeking to understand who we are. So that theme in terms of building bridges of unity is something I think that we are doing a pretty good job of as a community. Are we perfect? No. Is it a work in progress? It is. Because on that day, if you look at who's a part of our membership, a part of our committee, it is a diverse group of different people from different walks of life that are helping put together the United We Walk. So it's not just Jonathan and I. It's Jonathan, it's I, it's other community members, it's social organizations, it's our fraternities, our sororities. It is everyone coming together on this day to build that bridge because we know that there is a lot of work to do, and we know that there are things that we have accomplished, and there's so much more. And when I look at all the opportunities and possibilities, it's us continuing to come together to do this work hand in hand.
Perfect, perfect. And I love how you use the example of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force and everything that they're doing within the community to kind of tie it together and say that that's an example of us building bridges of unity right here within the community. So thank you for that response and that context also, Sonia. Jonathan, with you, I want to kind of incorporate or talk about the fact that there are student co-chairs of United We Walk. With that being said, how do you incorporate the voices and the leadership of the students in planning and executing this event?
So the student co-chairs are full members of the committee, so they have as much voice as any of the adults, and they do take the lead with several of the activities and run with it. I've always been inspired about how really involved that they want to get, how meaningful it is to them. Excuse me. So they're really a vital part of our committee, and they're really an inspiration to us all.
And with that being said, just adding on to that, Jonathan, what role do you see service projects and children's activities playing in fostering a sense of unity and engagement during this specific event?
So we have so the student volunteers as well as adult volunteers work with the children on whether it's reading to them or on the service projects themselves. So everyone is together, working together for really a common cause that's service to others. And I think that just sort of builds a wonderful spirit around the entire event.
I would like to say so myself. Anytime we talk to business leaders, owners, authorities within Greater West Bloomfield, more than likely, if they're doing something, they have other organizations, other people involved, and we love to see that people coming together to accomplish great things for our community. With that being said, joining us right here live on The Splash, United We Walk co-chair members Sonia James and Jonathan Warshay talking about the United We Walk 2025 event coming up. Now, just a few more questions before I let you go. Sonia, with you, in what ways do you see United We Walk extending Dr. King's dream beyond the event itself into everyday life in West Bloomfield?
You know, that's where I talk about those possibilities, those opportunities with regards to not just it being an event for January 19th, but thinking about how as a community that we continue to live out the life and the legacy in our works and our deeds and in our actions. Again, it's those different organizations within West Bloomfield, as well as working with United We Walk, to really think about what does it look like every day of the year, right? And it's some of the continuous event that we do as a community. Like I mentioned, Juneteenth, that's one of the events. There's several different events that happen throughout the year that also encompasses that life and the legacy. I want to go back to something that you asked Jonathan about with regards to the student co-chairs. I'll be meeting with them later on today, but one of the things that like the student co-chairs will be doing is on January 9th and 10th, they are organizing for our student co-chairs, are organizing for high school students to go down to the elementary buildings to read to the elementary students.
Okay.
And again, it's taking it a step deeper in terms of understanding the purpose and the why behind we celebrate United We Walk and the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights activists that have contributed to his dream, his life, and the fulfillment of that, and how we have gotten to where we are now, and how do we as a school community live out those important values, right? And in terms of peace, in terms of acceptance and inclusivity of others, and all of those things. So they are working to build that with regards to a busload of students going to a building at a time and reading to the entire building at the same time. So every student, say right now I'm sitting at Scotch Elementary, every student on January 9th will hear the same story read by a high school student at the same time. So building wide, they're all going to be engaged in that story.
Nice.
And the same will happen at Gretschko, the same will happen at Doherty, the same will happen at Chico. And this is student led. And then we have Voice of Equality. And that's a student-led group from the high school as well that will go in and engage later on after United We Walk, and you talk about that extension, and they will go in and work with different projects with the students. So again, our student leadership also being actively involved in this and them leading the charge. Sometimes, as adults, we have to move out of their way, right? And let the students lead. And this is a way that we let the students lead and we move out of their way. And again, this is how we are expanding, the reach and taking it a little deeper.
Yeah, I like that. See, and I love that you brought that full circle because, for one, you as an adult, you and Jonathan as adult leaders, you're setting that example for the high schoolers. The high schoolers are feeling like, hey, let's go beyond and extend beyond, like we said, beyond Dr. King's dream, and set that example for the elementary, the next generation. And then we will hope that will continue to trickle down. So I love that you gave us that information and painted that picture for us. We have to let you go. We appreciate both of you for being here. But real quick before we go, Jonathan, the details of the United We Walk 2025 event again and how people can get involved.
So first of all, easy way is just to show up and participate in the walk and the project. But certainly we're happy to accept donations. There'll be people there who might want a snack or water. We're always getting those from various places. We'll also accept cash donations as well to help us further our work, our projects that our folks participate in. So. And we can get you that information so you can share it with the viewers.
Perfect. Thank you again. Once again, United We Walk, Sunday, January 19th, West Bloomfield Middle School on Orchard Lake in West Bloomfield. And from United We Walk, co-chair members Sonia James, Jonathan Warshay, we appreciate your time and information.
Thank you
for having us.
We appreciate you as well. We hope to see everyone come out. It's not just for the kids, it's for the entire community. It's going to be a great family event.
Looking forward to it also. If you want to find out more about the United We Walk event, you can go to the Facebook page of the West Bloomfield Schools. It's at West Bloomfield Schools on Facebook for more information. And we have more information that affects you in the Greater West Bloomfield community that we will get to very, very soon. Right now, we are live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Hi, I'm Lauren Azuri, the Park Naturalist Supervisor for West Bloomfield Parks. Congratulations to you, Civic Center TV, for hitting 1 million views on YouTube. We really appreciate your partnership in spreading nature education in a creative way in our community. I'm Lauren Azuri, proud to be 1 in a million.
What people are watching in Keego Harbor. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Live, local, social, it's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. Talking about school safety and school bus safety and new laws, Michigan school districts can now equip school buses with camera systems to capture violations by drivers who fail to stop for buses. This is all in an effort to improve student safety. So to give a little bit more background in regards to that and just general bus safety and overall, we have safety and training supervisor from Durham School Services, Greg Campbell, joining us. Thank you for being here, Mr. Campbell.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to kind of get your reaction first and foremost to this legislation. How do you feel about Michigan's new legislation allowing school buses to be equipped with these cameras to catch drivers who fail to stop?
I'm excited by it because that is really the difficulty in the motoring public today is they want to be in front of a moving traffic light, and that's exactly what we are. So they will cut us off, they will pass illegally, they will do what they can to be in front of us. And sometimes we're sitting there doing our school bus stop and got those reds flashing and cars run right on by. I'm very grateful for the West Bloomfield Police Department, Orchard Lake Police, Keego Harbor Police, Sylvan Lake Police. They're all the departments within our area for our school district, and they do an awesome job of apprehending and ticketing and going through the processes of people that run our red light. So I'm excited to have it come into the cameras and hope that it's an additional help at stopping red light running.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be honest. I grip my teeth. It makes my blood itch when I see people do that. I'm like, there are kids around. What are we doing? Please have a little bit more consideration. So I think this is a great effort going towards hopefully stopping that or slowing that down. And with that being said, do you have any tips or advice for parents or children to also help improve school bus safety from your perspective?
Well, recognizing, we're talking about red light stops. Yeah. We have a lot of those throughout the district. And when you see the flashing ambers on top, not the hazard lights like the turn signals, but when you see the overhead ambers flashing, you know that bus is coming to a stop and those ambers will soon be red. And once they're red, you're not allowed to be within 20 feet of that vehicle. You shouldn't be passing us, should be stopped behind us or stopped ahead of us, and let us go through loading or unloading those students because it could be one of your kids. Yeah. And that's where kids get killed, is crossing in front of a bus by somebody that blows past the red.
Yeah, and that's why it's important also. It's not just the traffic that's flowing behind the bus. It's also on the other side of the street as well. If you're on the other side of the street on opposite traffic, you also have to stop because there could be kids crossing the street, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe the only exception would be if there's some type of meridian dividing both sides of the street. Am I correct?
You're exactly right. If there is a divide, then the opposing traffic, it has to be a grass strip, a curb. Mm-hmm. It has to be something that divides that road into a divided highway. They're not required to stop. And because of that, we're never going to have kids crossing because we know that traffic doesn't have to stop. There also is one other exception. Years ago, Michigan started allowing hazard light stops. So if you're approaching a school bus, not the ambers above. I'm talking about the hazard lights that work as turn signals one at a time. But if they're both flashing together as a hazard light, that bus is going to possibly be loading or unloading students. But no crossers, and you should have the ability to get around us safely. And so you can continue cautiously around a school bus that has its hazards on.
Okay. Another good note. Thank you for adding that on there. That's why we have you on here. And to reset the show, join us right here live on the Splash, safety and training supervisor, Durham School Services, also servicing the West Bloomfield School District, Greg Campbell, just giving us a little bit more information and tips regarding bus safety and student safety. More importantly, with that being said, let's just talk about it. Over your tenure, how do you feel like safety training has evolved over time?
It's really interesting. I've done almost 40 years here at West Bloomfield. I did it with the school district, and then we privatized in 2012. So I've been with Durham in this safety and training position for the last 13 years. when I first started and was driving, the concern was always student safety and keeping them safe on the bus, etc. Well, now in today's world, school buses are soft target. You want to have the nation, if you want to get the attention of the nation, do something to children, which we've seen in school buildings and maybe other countries, they do that. But, you do something. So our training now is so associated with packages you don't recognize on the bus, leaving the risk outside the bus. So if there's an angry parent, somebody on the side of the road, you're sitting at a railroad crossing, you have to open your door. That's part of the process, is to make sure the track's clear. And then there's somebody standing there. You have to be mindful that you don't let people that you do not recognize or that are not authorized onto that bus, because today's implications are such that they may be out for something negative to do on that bus. And the Oakland County Sheriff's Department runs things through Oakland County ISD that remind drivers, leave the risk outside the bus and provide that safe transportation by being mindful of today's society and what can happen.
Yeah, good point. You are carrying other people's special, precious packages, children. So it's very, very important. Yes, if you're not supposed to be on this bus, get back. You're not authorized. You will not enter. So thank you for protecting our babies of West Bloomfield, by the way. Over your tenure, like you said, if I'm not mistaken, 40 years. And you did announce, if you almost 40 years. And if you don't mind me sharing, you did announce that you will be retiring very, very soon. So congratulations. And let's speak to that. What legacy or lessons do you hope to leave behind for your team in West Bloomfield community?
We have awesome employees here. And over the time I've been here, I've seen a lot come and go. And you really have to have the heart and love for children to do this job. I also do the hiring in the last 13 years. And one of the first questions you always ask is, do you like kids? Because if you don't, this is not for you.
First question.
And so, you have to have a heart and a love for the kids, and you want to make a difference. You are sometimes the first adult face that a child is going to see when they get on that school bus. Yeah. We don't know what's happening in that home. We don't know the environment in which this child is surrounded. Sometimes they need that hello, that smile, that affirmation. And if the driver could care less, isn't paying any attention to the kids, get on, sit down, that doesn't set a very good tone for that child. So we need to be showing some TLC to a community that really needs some good, positive adult interaction.
Greg, as you're talking about that, flashbacks to my childhood, my first days on the bus and meeting friends and talking and just great times. But you said it perfectly, though. You're an additional face, adult authority figure that these children are seeing, one of the first ones they see in the morning. So you're either going to help propel them into a great mood for the rest of the day, or you can kind of be the detriment of it, too. So you want to make sure you're being on that positive side for all of these children as they start and end their days throughout the day. But Greg, we appreciate you. Any last words that you want to give to the community?
I am just thankful for the fact that I got to be in this community for almost 40 years. I have enjoyed what I do and been very blessed by it. I appreciate this community that is responsible to understand what we're doing and will stop for our school buses and make sure our kids safely get on and off. We have not had any fatalities in my time here in that respect. And I just applaud the community for being mindful of these black and yellow school buses with the West Bloomfield name on it, because it could be your child on that bus, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew. And so I appreciate what you do in the community to keep our kids safe. And I love the people I've worked with and just wish this community well as we continue to serve. Just somebody else besides me will be leading the role.
That's correct. That's correct. Well said, sir. Thank you so much again for your time and all of your extremely valuable information. And congratulations on the retirement. Once again, Safety and Training Supervisor for Durham School Services and West Bloomfield School District, Mr. Greg Campbell. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Yes, it was our pleasure. And that's what we like to do, talk to different leaders in the community who are doing things that impacts our residents, specifically the youth and the safety of our youth and our students in West Bloomfield. So thank you again to Mr. Greg Campbell and his retirement also. There is some home invasion prevention tips that can actually help a lot of us in the Greater West Bloomfield area. And Orchard Lake Police Department is also offering free security assessments for residences and businesses. So it's called the Lock It Up campaign, which encourages Orchard Lake residents to adopt a nightly safety routine to prevent larceny and improve community security. There has recently been a rise in larceny from auto incidents has been reported in Orchard Lake and surrounding areas, prompting the campaign's launch. So giving us a little bit more information and those safety tips, join us right here live on The Splash from the Orchard Lake Police Department. We have Officer David McNeely. Thank you for being here, Officer McNeely.
Hi, everybody. How you doing today?
Doing just fine. We appreciate you for taking the time to be here. The Lock It Up campaign, let's just start there. What inspired this initiative, this campaign to kick off in the first place?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to my Chief of Police Gomez and Mayor and City Council for wanting to get the message out to our community and the greater area around us. What inspires us to start this campaign, we want to be a proactive police department versus a reactive police department. So getting the message out to our residents is very important in terms of locking up your vehicles, securing your belongings, and not leaving them in your vehicles at night.
How has the community responded to this campaign so far? Since it's been, I believe it's been going on for quite some time now. What has the response been?
Well, I can see the response as a patrol officer because that's my function, and I work patrol from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. We're getting more phone calls about suspicious vehicles or suspicious persons in the area, which is great, along with people letting us know if they see somebody suspicious out of the area. So it appears to be working along the conjunction with our police department and area agencies that are trying to get the message out for residents to secure their vehicles just by simply hitting your clicker and locking your door.
Yes, exactly. Just those simple things, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, it can make it that much harder for someone to do something, to commit that type of crime or theft. With that being said, in your investigations and your experience, are you seeing any trends or patterns with these recent home invasion and larceny incidents around the Oakland and Orchard Lake community?
So it's a great question, and thank you for asking it. The trends and patterns that we're seeing, information is shared from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office to surrounding police departments like ours, like West Bloomfield, etc. So the trends have been evening home invasions between 7 and 9 p.m., usually when folks are going out for a dinner. And the key thing is to lock your home, secure your home, make sure you're using your alarm actively in your camera system if you have those things, and have a good relationship, hopefully, with your neighbors. If they see a vehicle that's strange, or you see somebody in your backyard, buy a camera, your alarm system, etc., to alert the authorities, alert the police department as soon as possible.
Yes, and I do want to speak on that a little bit more in regards to incorporating technology. But with us right here live on The Splash from the Orchard Lake Police Department, we have Officer David McNeely talking about home invasion prevention and also the free security assessments, which we will break down also. So going back to the technology part of it, technology, cameras, home security, it's starting to grow a lot more often. We're starting to see that in more homes, home surveillance systems. Can you just talk about how technology plays a critical role, not only in crime prevention, but also with the police department actually helping to solve some of these crimes?
So it starts from A to Z. So just example, there's been a trend of home invasions in the city of Novi. Thankfully, the resident in Novi had his camera system and saw some subjects in his backyard that he didn't obviously recognize to be his neighbors or workers, etc. And he called the police department, and one of the subjects was able to be captured, thankfully, due to the technology in his video camera system. So I implore everyone that if you have a system, turn it on, make sure you're using it, let your neighbors know. Example, our city, we do what's called a vacation home check, right? You can contact the police department and fill out a form. You can do it online. You can call us, and we will patrol your home. while you're away on vacation. Those are things that you can incorporate, just an old-fashioned style, picking up the phone, all the way to your video camera system or your alarm system. All those things need to be done in order for us to be proactive instead of reactive to these type of incidents.
Right, exactly. And we want to applaud you all for offering those types of services to the community. That's exactly what we actually like to see from our law enforcement around our community. With that being said, I want to go back to the free security assessment for residents and businesses. Can you explain a little bit more about this and how it's actually the steps to it?
Sure. So I'm a police officer, but I'm specially trained. I'm a crime prevention specialist, and I'm also what's called a security survey specialist, which means I've gone to the specific training, along with being a law enforcement officer, to come to your home, assess your home, and check your alarm system, check your camera system, check your lighting, the insides of your home, your windows, your doors, etc. And I can make an assessment. I'll do an assessment for it. Then I give you an evaluation and make recommendations for your home as far as security. So it's something that I recommend all residents do, from the newer homes to the older homes. The trend, again, for homes of wealthier communities like ours, because they know we feel safe. That being said, to make yourself safe, you can install alarm systems, camera systems, etc. Those things need to be updated, along with having a survey of your home to make a good judgment on if your home is safe from the roadway all the way up to your doorway.
Yes, and we love that. We love that essentially that you all are offering that, and I'm glad that we are a platform to put the word out there that you all are offering those services. Yes,
it's really good. It allows us to be a proactive police department. Orchard Lake tries to be a proactive police department. You'll see our patrol cars in our subdivisions quite a bit, and we're not in there to so much write a ticket in there. We're in there to try to prevent crime. So you'll see us a lot of times inside the subdivisions, because we want our residents, to feel safe, and we want criminals not to feel safe in our community. We don't want them in Orchard Lake. We don't want them in our surrounding area. So we're going to be heavily saturated in our subdivisions.
And that brings up a good question. With that being said, with us right here live on The Splash from the Orchard Lake Police Department, Officer David McNeely, just talking about the free security assessments and home invasion tips and how to be proactive to those. With that being said, of being proactive, are there any examples that you can give us of suspicious activities that residents should be aware of in their community?
So it's going to be something just as simple as if you see, you should know your neighbors. You should know your neighbors' cars. You should know their children's cars. If you see something in the area, call us. Let us be the ones that say, no, ma'am or sir, that's your neighbor's son, or that's your neighbor's friend over visiting. Let us make that determination. We're trained to do that. We would rather you call us. A lot of times our residents feel like they don't want to bother us. Well, if you don't let us know that something's suspicious or a vehicle's been in your area, in your subdivision for 3 or 4 days in a row, well, that car could be one of the potential home invaders watching your home. So let us check that person out. I implore everybody, if you see something suspicious, call the police department, have an officer sent over, let us make the determination. We'll reach back out to you and let you know, hey, that was a pizza delivery guy, or it was an Uber Eats guy or something like that. Let us do that. Let us do our job. Help us help you. Help us keep you safe.
No, that's a great point, which is why we have you here, to put all of that into perspective from your personal experience also, and we appreciate that.
Of course.
One or two more questions for you, officer, if you don't mind. How does the Orchard Lake Police Department plan to measure the effectiveness of this Lock It Up campaign?
So I'm going to break it down like this. First of all, my administration will categorize all these different statistics from last year into this year. It may take a few months to do that, but one of the quick measuring sticks is the lack of larceny from vehicles, which is, it's called an LFA, a larceny from auto. Okay, larceny from auto. We can measure those things, or measure home invasions, just by simply running statistics from the year before, and measure that up. And then we have a way to measure what we call subdivision checks, vacation home checks, things of that nature, so we can check up against those numbers, and that's how we'll be able to tell if it's being effective. Right now, I can tell you it has been very effective, and I guarantee you our residents will tell you they see us in the subdivisions a lot because we're being proactive instead of reactive.
Yes.
Being a reactive police department puts us behind the 8 ball, and that's not a good place. We want to be proactive, and that's what our mission is at Orchard Lake.
No, absolutely. And you are giving out those great nuggets and great information, like I said, that everyone needs to be aware of. We appreciate everything that you and the Department of Orchard Lake Police Department is doing for our safety. Any additional words, messages for the community as we continue to go throughout the season to be proactive from home invasions, I should say?
Well, this is also Porch Pirate time because of the holiday season. So I'm just going to ask our residents in the greater area, Orchard Lake, as well as the West Bloomfield greater area, to have your packages delivered when somebody's home. Have them delivered to a neighbor's house. Have them delivered to work even. Have them delivered to the police department. You can always have things like that done. Try not to have packages sitting on your porch overnight. A lot of times I'll drive through a subdivision and I'll see packages on someone's porch at night, and I make a note on my activity log, packages on the porch at this time, so that if something were to happen, at least I would know a time frame approximately. But the way to have that done is just to simply put the packages inside, pull them inside, or if you know they're being delivered in the evening, don't leave them outside. We can only be one place at a time, and sometimes if we're at another part of the city, if your package is being delivered and they're kept overnight, that makes you potentially a victim, and we don't want you to be a victim.
Let me tell you something that you did say that I didn't even think about that. I hope our audience took away. Getting your packages delivered to the police station, probably one of the safest moves that I heard you say right there. So
you can have that done or have it delivered to the front door of the police department. There are options that you can do, right? You can have your packages delivered to a neighbor, right? Somebody that's always home. There's different things that you can do. Just try not to leave the packages overnight. That's what we encourage you not to leave them overnight.
Yes, absolutely. Make it less easy for anyone who could potentially be a suspect. We want to thank you so much again for your time. Once again, from the Orchard Lake Police Department, Officer David McNeely. We appreciate your time, sir.
All right. Happy holidays, everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Happy holidays. Great information and tips to keep your home, your packages, and your community safe. So we hope everyone take great notes in regards to that and keep those packages in the home if you can, or get them delivered directly to the police department. Safe things to do in the community. A special orchestra performance is coming soon to West Bloomfield Middle School. Get ready to mark your calendars December 17th as the West Bloomfield Middle School will be having their winter showcase featuring a special mix of seasoned songs fit for the holiday times. The performance will also feature a special guest appearance from violinist and motivational speaker Rodney Page, who will be lending his talents and accompanying the students of their performance. Cash donations are appreciated, and a gift card and a 50-50 raffle will both be taking place. For more information, go directly to the Facebook page of West Bloomfield Schools at West Bloomfield Schools for more information. The Green Dream for December from West Bloomfield Parks is officially here for December. Each month, our friends at West Bloomfield Parks, they come together to share ideas on how we can all live a little bit better and a little bit greener. Their Green Dream for the month of December is Simple Swaps. Simple Swaps. With many holiday festivities on the horizon, there are a few simple swaps that can help make this season a little greener. Now check this out. Did you know that both wrapping paper that contains glitter and tissue paper are not recyclable? If you didn't know then, now you know. So this holiday season, try swapping these items for recyclable wrapping paper options, or forego the paper altogether and just opt for reusing wrapping items like dish towels, reusable bags, or recycled fabric. All good things to keep in mind if you are wrapping gifts for this season. For more information and tips regarding this Green Dream or any Green Dream initiative from the West Bloomfield Parks, you can go directly to their website, wbparks.org, or go to their Facebook at WB as well. And if you want to keep up with anything Civic Center TV related, you want to do the same. See us on all of our social media pages at Civic Center TV 15 on Facebook, Civic Center TV on YouTube. And if you're watching on Civic Center TV right now, you can get your QR code or get this QR code scanned on your smartphone. It'll take you to the link for all of our social media. And of course, everything is on civiccentertv.com. for more information regarding everything Civic Center TV. We want to thank you all again for watching and listening and joining us on today's episode. We want to thank our producer, Calvin Brown, for putting this all together as well. I have been your host, Kevin McIntosh, for today. We are live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.